Welcome to another edition of Morehead Today. I'm your host, Haley Murphy. On today's show, we have Tori Nip, the Community Service Chair from Chi Omega, as well as documentarian Stephen Middleton, here to talk about his most recent work. We also have returning musical guest, the Steam-Powered Gentleman Band. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss all of this and more here on Morehead Today.
Hello, 006 here. Today I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite gadgets, the Eagle Buck.
Beaker bucks are a cool gadget to use on campus, anywhere from vending machines to the bookstore. They are even accepted at restaurants around Morehead.
Beaker bucks are way safer than cash and have gotten me out of many sticky situations. Until next time.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Morehead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
All that is casual. Snapbacks and tattoos, snapbacks and tattoos, nice whips, fly chicks, all that is casual.
Hi, I'm him. Hair hanging on right up under my brim. We are them guys not concerned about doing. It's rest time to jerk if the lights real dim. Yeah, you know what you gotta do is keep it on you. I'll pose for the camera, I'ma let them get a view. The ladies always love it when I'm doing what I do. They be saying, I'm saying you just jerk so cute. We have sex, bitches, we have sex, we have sex, bitches, we have sex.
That was a clip from last year's Follies by Chi Omega. We have with us now Tori Nip, the Community Service Director for Chi Omega.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how about you?
Doing good. So my first question is, we just took a look at it. What is Follies?
Follies is a dance competition that we hold every year in Benton Auditorium, and we raise money for our philanthropy.
And your philanthropy is what?
Our philanthropy is the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We grant wishes to children with life-threatening illnesses.
So how did Chi Omega become, involved with Make-A-Wish Foundation?
The Make-A-Wish Foundation is actually our national philanthropy. Every Chi Omega across the country does this. So
how do groups get involved with Follies so that they can help you raise money?
Well, every year we send out a letter, and normally to those that have participated before or have expressed interest, and they pay a $30 entry fee. They just come to us and we assign them a captain, and the captain kind of supervises their dance all throughout the semester and make sure that it's all tip-top shape and they have an audition and then they're there.
So it gets even better every year, right?
Yes, definitely. Everybody just seems to have more and more energy every year.
So, well, how much does it take? I know you said, it's $30 fee, but how much does it take to grant a wish?
Well, actually this year, Make-A-Wish has raised their limit. We went from $6,000 this year to now it is $8,000 to grant a wish to one child.
So is that kind of a worry, the increase?
Well, every year we come really close, but we actually have other events such as our silent auction that we hold at homecoming, and that also goes towards the wish child. We will be getting another wish child, but this year at Follies we will be having our wish child from last year. His name is Nicholas. He got his wish granted to go to Disneyland to meet Buzz Lightyear, so we're really excited to have him.
So I know that Disneyland is obviously, or Disney World is obviously a big choice for Make-A-Wish. Are there any other wishes that have been granted?
Well, we actually have had different ones from from here at Morehead State. Obviously, Disneyland is the most common, but we've granted wishes. Our first wish was to a child who wanted to have a playground built in his backyard.
That's neat.
And then we also had a girl, she's actually from here in Round County. She wanted to go to Chicago to the American Girl store.
And these wish children become, basically Kamegas to you, all right?
Yes, gosh, they're so special to us.
So I know this is always a secret every year, what's the theme?
Well, you'll just have to wait and see. You'll have to come tomorrow, 7 o'clock, be there, doors open at 6:15.
All right.
Yep.
How much is it to get in?
It is $4 in advance, so at the door it'll be $5.
All right, well thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have. We'll be right back after this.
Yo, why are you looking at bags, bro? What you need is a chick magnet. You put me in the room and boom, chicks. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. We have with us now Stephen Middleton, documentarian. How are you today?
Good, Haley. Thanks for having me on.
So, what is your most recent work about?
Well, it's called I'll Never Get Out of This World Alive, and it comes from an old Hank Williams song by the same name. And it is strange to some people, I think, but it's about life and death. And I interview a lot of funeral directors, people that had some interesting stories. Gosh, I interviewed priests and preachers and Zen Buddhists and trying to get a different perspective on life and death. And hopefully somebody will watch it one day and be inspired.
Well, how did you come up with this idea?
I once knew a guy who was a funeral director and everyone was afraid of him. And he was a nice guy. And after I found out what he did, I thought, well, that's interesting. And he told me that you have to be buried in a casket and a vault. And you couldn't just bury someone in your backyard. And I thought, well, gosh, the libertarian in me hates that. No government's going to tell me I can't bury somebody in my backyard. And that's how it started.
So you said you talked to some interesting people.
I did, yeah.
Who was the most interesting?
Probably Joe Clark. Joe Clark was a funeral director / paranormal investigator. So,
likely combination, I feel like.
Yeah. He would oftentimes, prepare a body and then sense spirit activity at the same time. So he's actually the leading paranormal investigator in the state of Kentucky, and he had his own special on LEX 18 at one point. So.
Do you actually believe in ghosts or
No,
paranormal?
I don't know.
Not at all?
No, I believe in things that are real, Haley.
Well, did this actually change your outlook about dying and death and the industry?
I think so. Well, that's the one thing I hope people take from this is we're all going to die. You and me and everyone we know, in 100 years, probably no one's going to remember us. And we need to be okay with that. You know, we need to not be so uptight about our own mortality. So that's the one thing I hope people take from this, and I've taken that from this.
All right, well, you brought a clip with you today.
I did.
We're going to watch it. Let's take a look.
I always took pictures, I guess, but I didn't think anything about being an artist. There weren't any artists in my immediate family, and I was a French major in college. Even though I had no training, I have my main strength is my eye, so he went for that, and I illustrated a book, which I got a big advance for, and I went in the woods and found 35 pictures. I did go into the schools, local schools, and talk about making a book. And in one class, there was this really cute kid. He had red hair and he's quiet, but he asked a really good question. So I went and asked Kyle, his name was Kyle, if he would want to work with me on this. But he was small for his age. Originally they thought it should be a 6 or 7 year old, but Kyle was perfect. And he was so much fun. We only went out for like 4 or 5 times, and each time we got 1 or 2 pictures that worked. When he got older, he got in with the wrong crowd, and he was always small for his age. And right after he graduated from high school, he overdosed. Total. It was a big tragedy that he did that, and a big loss for the family. So anyway, the family was used to me photographing them. So at the funeral, which was at their home, they were comfortable with me taking a picture of them taking the casket from the home up to the hillside in the back of their pickup with family members. I had to use a truck to get to the cemetery, which is on a hillside that they can see from the house. And I have pictures of that too. Kyle's great-grandfather, Dempsey, died. He'd been sick for a while, and this was something that was coming, but they decided they wanted to honor him by getting a horse cart, and put the last 2 miles of the ride from the church to the cemetery. Well, I did another, more recently, Kyle's great uncle died unexpectedly of a massive infection, and he was a bulldozer operator, was one of his main jobs, and he loved his bulldozer, so they arranged for the bulldozer to pull the casket from the house. I think people should celebrate the person's life. I would rather take a picture of a funeral than a wedding, because in a wedding there's so many expectations and prescribed things you're supposed to take a picture of, and I'm more comfortable being free to see what I see and take a picture of it.
And print. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. We have with us now our second producer, Chad Hedrick. Chad, you took a look at something quite serious this week.
This week we did something about there's human trafficking most people think third world countries is where this happens, but we did some investigating and found out that there's actually human trafficking that happens in the United States and especially here in Kentucky. So we thought, you know, with Thanksgiving, instead of doing the cliche, ooh, what are you thankful for? We would be like, make people realize that they should be thankful that they can walk around freely and aren't victims to this.
All right, well, let's take a look.
It sounds like something that only happens in third world countries. But surprisingly, it happens right here at home. I'm talking about human trafficking.
An unconfirmed estimated number of around 27 million have fallen victim to this worldwide under-the-table operation, a number that has feared to grow unless more awareness is raised.
That is exactly what Chelsea Turner is doing. As an active member of the Human Trafficking Task Force Initiative of Eastern Kentucky, she is doing everything to make more people aware of this ongoing problem that even takes place in Eastern Kentucky.
So what exactly are you doing here today?
Today we're actually just bringing a little bit of awareness to the people here in ADEC that we get to see, and we're raising some money. You can guess how many little marble things are in here for $1 and try and win a $25 iTunes card. But more importantly, the $1 that you give is going to help out human trafficking victims.
Now, is the human trafficking, is that just something that happens in third world countries, or is this something in the United States or in Kentucky especially?
Some people think that it's just in third world countries. Like, that's a common misconception, but it's actually everywhere, including here in Kentucky. It's a lot of the time people just don't recognize it because it goes completely under the radar. But yeah, it happens within our own state.
That's crazy to think about it. Is there a place students can go to get involved here on campus or around their hometown especially?
Well, definitely here on campus, you can contact Elizabeth Perkins. She is in Raider for 3rd floor. You can find her office, it's up there. And we have a club here on campus called the Human Trafficking Task Force Initiative of Eastern Kentucky. It's kind of a mouthful. Yeah, you can get involved with us. We have monthly meetings, and we're actually having like a movie night to show a documentary about slavery here in the United States and across the world. And we're going to have one again next semester and have a lady that comes in that actually works with human trafficking at the state office, like Capitol type thing, and she's going to come in and speak about it.
We asked students via Twitter to send in their reactions when we asked the question if they were aware that human trafficking existed here in Kentucky, and if it was surprising to them that even in this day and age, people are still able to get away with it.
Morehead freshman Maddie Fossen said it best when she tweeted Morehead Today and said, "It is astonishing that in 2013 this sort of operation can go on, and because it is so discreet and under the table, no one knows where to begin to put a stop to it."
During an over-the-phone interview, Dr. Elizabeth Perkins said that these quote-unquote slaves are from both third world countries and brought to the U.S., while in some cases victims are actually taken right here in America.
But if so many people are aware of these actions, why aren't there more initiatives to put a stop to it? Dr. Perkins says that it is mainly because victims, usually women, are too traumatized and embarrassed to come forward, and instead turn to illegal actions such as prostitution because of the domestic and sexual abuse that they endured.
For more information about the Human Trafficking Task Force Initiative of Eastern Kentucky, you can visit the group's Facebook page. For more information on human trafficking itself, visit the International Justice Mission website at igm.org.
Well, Chad, I'm really surprised to see that something like that is going on in Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah, it was surprising, you know, especially it is such a well-known issue that is happening across our country, and because it's so under the table, there's nothing that can be done for it, and it's hard to capture the people who are responsible for it, because when these victims, you know, most of it's domestic and sexual abuse, and they're just so traumatized and embarrassed by it that they don't really want to own up to that this happened to them, and they stick to what they know, and they become criminals themselves, and it's really sad.
Well, I know your segment said, you know, who you could contact, but what was that website again?
It's the International Justice Mission. It's igm.org.
All right, well, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Morehead Today. We have with us now the steam-powered Gentleman Band. What's the first song you guys are going to play?
We're going to play the old traditional music classic, Going Down This Road Feeling Bad.
All right, let's hear it.
All right.
Feeling bad, Steve.
Feeling way down low. Play it for us, Tyler. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord. And I ain't gonna be treated this way. Well, I'm going where the weather suits my clothes. Well, I'm going where the weather suits my clothes. Well, I'm going where the weather suits my clothes, Lord God. And I ain't gonna be treated this way. Let's get down low here. Well, I was way down in prison on my knees. I was way down in prison on my knees. I was way down in prison on my knees, Lord, Lord. And I ain't gonna be treated this way. Well, I'm going where the water tastes like wine. Well, I'm going where the water tastes like wine. Well, I'm going where the water tastes like wine, Lord, Lord. 'Cause that Virginia water tastes like turpentine. Play one for the good people. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord. And I ain't gonna be treated this way. And I ain't gonna be treated this way.
Eagle Lake is only a short walk away and allows you to escape from everyday life. You can exercise and relieve stress by walking around the lake, or you can just sit back and enjoy the view. Eagle Lake is the perfect place to go to relax, but in the next few months it's going to get even better. So what are you waiting for? Go up to the lake. You know you want to.
Welcome back again to Morehead Today. We have with us now the steam-powered Gentleman Band. What's the song you guys are going to play?
I'm going to play the old Hank Williams classic I Hear That Lonesome Whistle.
All right.
You ready? Well, I was riding number 9, heading south from Carolina. I heard that lonesome whistle blow. I got in trouble, I had to roam. I left my gal and left my home. I heard that lonesome whistle blow. Just a kid acting smart, I went and broke my darling's heart. Guess I was too young to know. They locked me to the Georgia main, locked me to a ball and chain. I heard that lonesome whistle blow. All I do is sit and cry.
When that evening train goes by, I heard that lonesome whistle blow. Well, all alone I bear the shame. I'm a number, not a name. I heard that lonesome whistle blow. Well, I'll be locked in the cell till my body turns to shell. My hair's whiter than snow. I'll never see that gal of mine, for I'm in Georgia doing time. I heard that lonesome whistle blow. Play one for us. Well, I was riding number 9, heading south from Carolina. I heard that lonesome whistle blow. All I do is sit and cry when that evening train goes by. I heard that lonesome whistle blow. I heard that lonesome whistle blow.
Hi, my name is Stevie Vaughn and I am a Convergent Media major. The best thing about this newly created major is that I have the ability to pick up new skills in every field of communications so that I'll be prepared once I graduate. I really enjoy the hands-on experience in classes, and I'm always challenged to find more effective ways to communicate. Morehead State University provides me with the tools to succeed and pursue my goals. My name is Stevie Vaughn, and I'm ready to take on the world.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Morehead Today. That's all we have.
Tune in December 3rd for our special 1-hour series finale / Christmas event.
Thanks again to all of our guests who were here today.
Haley, not so fast. I believe somebody's got a birthday this weekend.
I do, actually. I'll be 22.
22. Well, on behalf of all of us here at Morehead Today, we want to wish you a very special 22nd birthday this weekend. And once again, the Steam Power Gentleman Band.
Happy birthday. James Alley Blues, come on. Well, times nowadays, boys, ain't nothing like they used to be. I said times nowadays now ain't nothing like what they used to be. Well, I'm telling y'all the truth, Lord, take it from me. Well, I've seen better days, I'm just putting up with this. Well, I've seen better days, just putting up with this. 'Cause those women I love, they make it so hard to please. 'Cause I was born in the country, you know she thinks I'm easy to rule. 'Cause I was born in the country, she thinks I'm easy to rule. She tries to hitch me to a wagon,